Sorry I'm boring you.
You are, it's okay.
Yeah?
No.
Look good though. All right. Look who's back. Look who's back.
This looks real.
Hello.
Right?
Oh yeah, this looks totally real. Thanks for blowing up my spot. Everything is authentic when you're looking at YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Well, Liad, welcome. Welcome back. You see we got the studio set up, and tell me what you're here for.
So,
Here, sit down, sit down. Can I get you tea or coffee?
No, I'm good.
You sure? I mean, this is so real. It's not like
I
you
know.
already had tea when you were sitting here 10 minutes ago.
I feel so warm now. Yeah, basically, I'm gonna let you stop the shaking. Cool, awesome. Yeah, I have more coins for you, but this time I didn't get them off the street. Can I put like a little disclaimer?
What, you want a little disclaimer that
I didn't steal them from anyone. They really it's really a thing in our neighborhood to like anyone who doesn't want something like pots or pans or things like that or like clothes or whatever, they just leave it on the bench and you can it's.
For those of you who don't know what she's talking about,
really
you can watch the video that I have in the card right over here, and that was the last time Liad was over. She had a jar of coins that she found on a bench. And some of the people in the comments were wondering how legitimate that find was. Well, it was legitimate, but now Liad has some coins that are from her family for me to come and take a look at.
So my grandfather did some business for someone a really long time ago, and they weren't able to pay him regularly, so they paid him in way too many coins of this sort. So I would love if you could take a look at them.
So when I said that this was way more legit, yeah, so the grandfather, the guy couldn't pay him, so he had to pay him with a sack of silver coins. Sounds legit, right?
I promise.
Wait, so is this all of them? I thought you said there was like this massive amount.
So there's a lot of repeats in the sum, so I just kind of took like each one from each type.
Okay, so this is like the ambassador bag.
Exactly.
Showing one of each of everything you have, but then you've got like a whole bunch more. How many more would you say that you actually have?
Like actually 100. I know that sounds crazy, but like it's a proper duffel bag.
All right, so I can tell already, you guys have seen these before. These are these classic Israeli silver coins. So yes, these are all silver, and that means you've got some good value right here. And these look like they're from the 60s, 70s, and some of them look really cool. So why don't we check them out?
Amazing.
All right. Okay, so we've got a bunch of really cool stuff here. I've seen a bunch of these before. Many of my OG viewers will know some of these because they've seen them in previous videos. I have bought these in the past. And basically, throughout the 60s and 70s, Israel produced these really, really nice silver coins with like these super cool, I'd say like maybe Art Deco style coins. Now, Liad is actually a designer and an artist as well, so maybe she can weigh in. Can you weigh in?
They are Art Deco.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it is, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So I think what we'll do is we'll just go through them one by one, and I'll tell you a little bit about the history if I know them, and I'll tell you a little bit about the value as well, and some of the pitfalls that we find with these coins. And this one is the first one we'll start with. Beautiful coin, right? Beautiful obverse, and it looks like a, somebody can tell me what this type of plane is, but it's like, a fighter jet of some kind, obviously. And it's super nice, but on the reverse, we see this sort of green film, this ugly green patina. You see this, Liad? Mm-hmm. So this one says 10 Israeli liras, 1972, and that green, unfortunately, is the telltale sign of PVC damage. PVC, the plastic, reacts with silver really, really badly, and it creates this awful green sludge. And unfortunately, back in the 70s and 80s, and even all the way into the 90s, a lot of coin collecting products used PVC in their holders. And all of these are this PVC vinyl material, and unfortunately, a lot of these coins got destroyed, including this one. Now, of course, because they're silver, it still maintains its value from a silver perspective, but this coin will have no additional collector's value. So
it can't just be cleaned off because it looks like, it just looks like you can rub it off.
So that is a very good question. So cleaning coins, for all of you new viewers out there, cleaning coins is awful. And also I'll show you how to hold a coin. So you always want to hold it by the edges so that you don't get...
So not how I did it.
So not how you did it, exactly. So you want to hold it by the edges so that you don't get fingerprints on it and don't cause the oils in your skin to damage the coin. So you could clean this off, and in fact, whoever ends up owning this coin, if you eventually sell it, will probably clean it because this already has no additional value outside of its silver value. They may just want to have it get some better eye appeal and make it more presentable, so they will clean it. But once you clean a coin, it basically invalidates all of its non-precious metal value. And if you were to get it certified and graded by like one of the grading companies, they would not even give it a grade. They wouldn't give it a condition grade. They would just say genuine, meaning it's real, cleaned.
What makes it like not genuine because it's clean? Like
no, it is genuine. It's saying that it is genuine because these grading companies, they certify the coins. Hold on, I'll show you an example.
Okay. Guys, I didn't steal anything, okay?
Good. So this is an example of a graded coin. This is a graded Morgan silver dollar. It's graded MS65. So Liad, what you see here, you see the coin?
Yeah.
It's been encapsulated in this plastic, right? And this is an independent company. This one's called Numismatic Guarantee Corporation of America, or NGC. And what they do is they examine the coin. They have professionals that are experts. They examine the coin, and then they determine, one, is it authentic or is it a forgery? And then two, assuming it's authentic, it gets a grade out of 70. And MS stands for mint state. So 60 to 70 are all considered mint state. And this is a mint state 65 coin. So this is a relatively high grade. It's got 65 out of 70. But if this had been cleaned, you see how it's got like a little mark near Lady Liberty's face?
Right.
If somebody had said, I want to get rid of that ugly mark, and they had like cleaned it off with acetone or something, instead of getting an MS65 grade, it would just say genuine, cleaned.
Wow.
And if you were to submit this coin to a grading company, you would get a grade. It would be a low grade because the other, the back side of the coin, the reverse, has this ugly green film, but it would still get a grade. If you cleaned it, it would get a grade cleaned.
If you buff it?
Yeah, if you buff it, it would be considered cleaned.
Really? Even without a chemical?
Even without a chemical.
Interesting.
All right, so the next one is a victory coin. It says the Victory Coin, June 1967. For those of you who know Israeli history, this is after the Six-Day War, in which all of Israel's surrounding Arab countries attacked Israel, and in just 6 days, Israel's military, the IDF, rebuffed the attacks and were victorious in just 6 days. So this has a picture of Israel's Western Wall. It's the holiest site in Jerusalem for Jews, and it was recaptured by the IDF during that war. And on this side, you see a sword with an olive branch, showing essentially, I guess, that war is used to secure peace.
I can actually tell you what that is.
Really?
Yeah.
Please. That's right.
That's the symbol of the Chief of General Staff, the sword with the olive branch.
Interesting.
So, for the IDF, yeah.
Interesting. Liad is very knowledgeable about the history of the IDF, and that's super cool. So it is an olive branch, right?
Yeah.
And is it intended to symbolize like the peaceful goals of war?
Right. I mean, the IDF in general is it's the Israeli Defense Forces. Everything that they do is about defense. They don't want to attack. But anyway, so that symbol is still used on uniforms today. Every single time an officer becomes an officer after their training, they receive a pin that looks exactly like that with the sword and the olive branch, just that, on their lapel.
Very cool. And also something interesting about these coins is you'll notice it's all written in Hebrew, but it says 935. 935 is the purity of silver. So actually these Israeli silver coins are 93.5% pure silver, which is even higher than sterling, which is 92.5% silver. So these are actually really, really great in terms of silver for stackers, because you can actually get these for really low premiums. As I said, because of a lot of the damage that came from the PVC, these coins actually do go for pretty close to their melt value. I mean, these coins all range between, I would say, $18 and $30, so a little premium, but not too crazy. So here we have another Victory coin. Let's see if it's going to be different. Actually, it's the same coin, but a different holder. And this one actually got a little bit more damage from the PVC. You can see it on the rim of the coin. This is the rim. Mm-hmm. So you can see, first off, I should mention they have a lot of cool edge lettering. All of these coins have edge lettering with the purity, date, and some other information. It has the year, and it has the date that they're commemorating. But this one, you can see, did get more PVC damage, which is unfortunate. But that's how it goes with these. It's very, very hard to find these without PVC damage. Which one do you want to see next? I'm going to save this one for last because this one is really interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, so by the way, if you guys want to see this, you got to watch the rest of the video. And if you're enjoying it, what should they do?
Subscribe.
Let's say it with more emphasis.
Oh, you should subscribe, maybe.
Maybe? Oh my god. Okay, this is the last time you're on the show. I know that Liad does have another coin collection, right? You said you have from your other grandparents.
Yeah.
So, do we want her back on? If you do, let me know in the comments, okay?
No.
You gotta let us know if you want her back in the comments, or if you want me to give her the old heave-ho and tell her never to come back, you let us know. All right, your choice.
I'm gonna go with the Hanukkah one.
The Hanukkah one. Okay, this is the Hanukkah coin. Proof says 1913. Oh, excuse me, 1973. What am I going nuts here? So this, actually, I have had these in the past. Unfortunately, this one also has pretty severe PVC damage. In fact, you can even see the liquid. It's got little condensation marks. That's like the goo of the PVC. So it's really, really bad right now. I'm going to leave it in there because it's kind of gross. And I don't have any tissues handy. But what's really cool about these is this is the Babylonian lamp. So on Hanukkah, it's a Jewish tradition to light a menorah or a Chanukiah, and that is the seven-stemmed oil lamp that's traditional for celebrating the holiday. And Israel did a really, really cool series back in the 70s where they put models of these different menorahs from around the world, from all different parts of the Jewish diaspora, all throughout history on these coins. So this one is the Babylonian lamp. And in the past, I've gotten lots of these with all different kinds. There's ones, from different parts of Europe, from different parts of the Middle East. And it's a really, really cool set. And anybody that's either Jewish or interested in religion or the Middle East, this is a really, really cool and inexpensive set to collect. Bet you didn't know that, did you?
I didn't. Can I ask a question?
Yes, absolutely.
What are these used for? Like, why did they make them? Just to commemorate
For collectors.
Something?
Yeah,
Okay.
commemoration for collectors. They're silver, so it's a way for people that want to invest in physical silver to have physical silver in their stack, as we call it, which is like a physical silver portfolio, and also allow them to enjoy it while they're at it. This one is a cool one. Really, really messed up. You can see this one's got really, really bad PVC damage. But again, people are going to clean these because they're really just sold for their silver weight. And that's actually one of the reasons why this is such a great series to collect, because you can get them for super, super low premiums, but it's still super high silver. I mean, where else can you get, 93.5% silver or this one's actually 900 silver, but still 90% or 935%, 93.5% silver for just a couple bucks over spot. So this one is for the 25th anniversary of Israel's independence, and I actually had this set in gold a few years back, and I sold that, unfortunately. I kind of wish I had held on to that, but it's a really, really nice set. And this one over here, this one I've also had. It says, "Let my people go," and that is a famous line from the Passover holiday. It's when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt and begged the Pharaoh, or demanded from the Pharaoh of Egypt to let his people free. This one's actually in great shape. It's still got a really, really nice mirror finish. I love this Art Deco style. I love the simplicity, the lines. Art Deco is one of my favorite, art styles of the last 100 years. And I love these coins. I just do. And it comes with a little pin. I think the pin is not silver. No, the pin is not silver, but if you wanted to wear this with your coin, you could do that. I'm not quite sure who would actually wear that, but it is cool.
It makes a lot of sense that during this time in Israel, they were all about Bauhaus design and art, and especially in Tel Aviv. So the fact that they continued on to their coins is not surprising to me.
Yeah. So you can see I'm just doing a little readjustment here. Got to make things look nice for the camera. I'm not used to doing this camera angle, but, I wanted to change things up, right? Let you guys see how it really goes when I'm teaching somebody about their coin collection. Because this is something that's pretty common. Like, I will have people come over, or I'll go to them and show them what they have, because not everything is a purchase, right? Like, Liad's eventually, I think, looking to sell, right, at some point.
I think so.
But right now, she's just trying to do the information gathering. And that's one of the things that I always try and stress. Don't pressure people into selling their coins. Don't pressure people. That's what gives the hobby a bad name. That's why people are afraid to go to coin stores or pawn shops or wherever else, because they think they're going to get ripped off. My whole thing is I give out information for free. I tell people exactly what their collection is worth. They're welcome to sell it to me, obviously, but if they don't want to, no pressure, no problem. I don't charge for appraisals or anything like that. And what that ends up doing is maybe I don't get to buy it today or tomorrow, but down the line, I'm the first person they call because they know that I was honest with them and that I'm not going to pressure them into anything that they don't want to do.
Thanks, Max.
You're welcome. So this is the last one that we're going to look at, and this is the Pinyon Ben coin. And this one's really interesting because this one actually does have a little bit of a premium on it. And the reason why this has a premium is because this coin actually serves a religious purpose for Jews. And even though any of these coins could serve the same purpose, because this one is branded as what's called Pinyon Ben, this one ends up selling more frequently and actually has quite a good market. Now, Pinyon Ben in the Jewish religion is basically the redeeming of the firstborn son. There's a whole lot of different things that go into it, but essentially the firstborn son in a family needs to be redeemed spiritually. And I think 5 coins, do you know?
I have no idea.
Some number of coins are used, and they have to be silver coins of a certain weight or size. And I don't know all the details, but essentially you need to use a certain number of these silver coins to redeem the firstborn child. It's a ritualistic ceremony, and there's a party. It's one of the, kind of one of those life cycle events for the birth of a boy. And while you can use any kind of silver coin, I think a lot of people like to have sort of one that is specifically dedicated to that. So Israel created this 10 lira coin, and this one is, I believe, 900. Yep, this one you can see it says 900. So this is coin silver, 90% silver. And it's not my favorite design. It's actually my least favorite design of all these coins that we see here. But it's still very cool because you should be on the lookout for these when you are out picking at garage sales or flea markets, because this one does have a much higher premium than the rest. So the Pinyon Ben coins, definitely a good purchase, even if you get it for spot or a little over spot. And the rest of these, I mean, I wouldn't pay an arm and a leg for them, but if you want to have a opportunity to have really, really cool designs, like really artistic stuff. I mean, this one is my favorite of this whole bunch. I mean, look at that. Super, super nice. And I mean, this you could get for like 20 bucks. All right, so we've finished going through these, and I think I have some good news for you, because if you have over 100 of these, you've got a nice little collection here. Oh. Nice little, bag of coins, if I may say so.
That was funny. He said bag of coins.
It was funny. It was funny. So you want to know what they're worth, and they have a little bit of a range, right? And obviously the condition does influence a little bit, but because it's mostly pretty close to the silver value, they're mostly going to maintain their value even though they're not in great shape. So the least expensive are the Hanukkah coins. The Hanukkah coin series is not particularly valuable, partially because it's a little bit smaller than the other coins, and it's only 50% silver. So that is a really, really important distinction. So these are about in the $15 to $20 range, depending on the condition, depending on which one. So this one's probably about 15, 18 bucks. The rest of these, which all range from 90 to 93.5% silver, go in the $25 to $35 range, with some of them going even higher. So I actually just rechecked some of these out because I haven't seen them in a while, and I was surprised to see that the Victory coin prices have really sort of skyrocketed. I've been seeing these selling on eBay for 40 to 50 bucks, and that was not the case a couple of years ago. So I think this design, the Western wall and the IDF symbol on the two sides, maybe that's more popular and has been the reason for it to rise so much. The Pinyon Ben coin, they're always somewhere in like the $30 to $40 range. Sometimes you can get a deal, sometimes they're a little less, sometimes they're a little bit more. This one I think is actually on the lower end. This one I believe is more on like the $30 end, but they're all pretty good. So right here you've got, let's say, you know, 25, 50, 75, 100, 150, probably like $170, $180 just here.
Wow.
And if you have 100 more of those, that's another $2,500 bucks.
Wow.
So, how do you feel about it?
We did better this time.
We definitely did better this time. Last time was a little bit of a bust, but you know, no spoilers. If you want to check it out, you can check it out in the card over here.
It's over there.
It's over here, and you can see more of our beautiful faces, or my face and her beautiful face.
So sweet.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. You guys love that. You guys love that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Well, oh shoot, Leah, do you have any more questions? So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. Anytime Liad comes and shows me coins, I'm having a blast. So, she does have another collection. Well, first off, she has the whole bunch of the rest of these. So if you want to see those, let us know. And if you want to see her other grandfather's collection that she inherited, then you gotta let me know in the comments. If the video does well, she'll come back, she'll do more, I'll show it all off. And I think that one's a much, much bigger, more varied collection. But you gotta let us know. More European. More hoity-toity, fancy. Anyway, Liad, thank you so much for coming yet again.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
And again, if you haven't yet, hit the big old red subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think. And until next time.
I don't know. Bye.
Say silver picker out.
Oh, silver picker out.
There we go.
Do you have like a sign that you do?
What, like a gang sign?
Yeah.
You want to make one?
I just did one. Silver picker out.
Nice.
A huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. As always, you guys are amazing. I cannot thank you enough. If you are not yet a patron but want to become one, the links are below, and I can't wait to personally welcome you to our private Discord server.